Welcome back to The Rich Life. I'm Aaron, and today we're going to be talking about BTS. Now, if you do not know who BTS is, I'll tell you all about them. Now, according to Forbes, BTS had an estimated earning of $50 million for the year, making them the 47th highest paid celebrities in the world. But it did not happen overnight. Now, BTS is also known as the Bangtan Boys in South Korea. They're a boy band, and they were formed in 2010 and debuted in 2013 under Big Hit Entertainment. Consisting of members Jin, SUGA, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, V, and Jungkook, they all do have a lot of inputs in their music careers as they co-write and co-produce most of their stuff. Originally a hip-hop group, their music style has evolved to include a wide range of genres. Their lyrics often focus on personal and social commentary, touch on themes of mental health, troubles of school-age youth and coming of age, loss, the journey towards loving oneself, and individualism. The group was created by Bang Si-hook, professionally known as Hitman Bang. It's a South Korean lyricist, composer, producer, and record executive. He's the founder of Big Hit Entertainment and Hybe Corporation and the chairman. One of the 50 richest in South Korea according to Forbes Asia. Bang is the only billionaire in the South Korean entertainment industry. He is reportedly worth an estimated $3.2 billion. Bang debuted as a composer while in college. He met Park Jin-young during the 1990s, and the pair partnered together to do a whole bunch of songwriting. When Park founded his company JYP Entertainment, Bang joined him as a composer, arranger, and producer. Bang's stage name, Hitman, was originated from the period when he gained a reputation as the hitmaker. In 2005, Bang left JYP Entertainment and founded his own company, Big Hit Entertainment, where he continued to write, compose, and produce for big hit artists. After debuting in 2013, BTS released their first Korean language studio album and Japanese album. The group's second Korean album in 2016 was their first to sell 1 million copies in South Korea. By 2017, BTS crossed into the global market, leading the Korean wave into the United States and breaking numerous sales records. They became the first Korean group to receive a certification from the RIAA for their single Mic Drop, featuring Steve Aoki, as well as the first Korean act to top the US Billboard's 200s, and won multiple awards in different categories, breaking numerous records. They also even collaborated on their song Idol featuring Nicki Minaj, which boosted their sales of their album to 1.9 million. And trust me, it's a dope music video too. They started releasing songs in English like Dynamite, Butter, and Savage Love featuring Jason Derulo, which also significantly boosted their presence in North America. I didn't even know Dynamite was their song. I thought it was like a Charlie Puth song or something. Now, Savage Love topped the Billboard 100 chart, making the group's second #1 entry in the US. Dynamite remained at #2, making BS the fourth greatest group, after the Beatles, the Bee Gees, Outkast, and Michael Jackson. And you know, they also occupied the top 2 spots on the Hot 100. BTS cited Nas, Eminem, Kanye West, Drake, Post Malone, Charlie Puth, and Danger as their musical inspirations. Now let's talk about each member's origin story and how much they're worth, because these guys really didn't just come out of nowhere. Before all of that, the boys are working their butts off making a name for themselves and did whatever they had to, which includes them following strict dietary rules, dating rules, social media rules, and it included all 7 members having to share a tiny room and sleep on bunk beds for 4 years. So RM, he's the leader of BTS. His name is Rap Monster. He's fluent in English from watching American television shows. He started as a solo artist doing underground shows. He was accused of stealing lyrics from his Twitter fans, but he cleared them. He would even Google them to see if they were used already in other songs. Before he got famous, he auditioned for Big Hit and even messed up his audition because he forgot some of his words. With over 130 songs that he's written so far, RM has an estimated net worth of roughly $22 million. RM, or Kim Namjoon, also has an Audi RS that costs about $80,000. So what else does he splurge on? Apparently he has a whole bunch of paintings and he just wants to keep them as he knows that they're gonna increase over time. The second member of the group is V. He's also one of the producers. He went to Big Hit to audition to support one of his friends, but ended up auditioning himself. Now that friend got really petty and went online and ranted about how he was never really friends with him and that he did a whole bunch of plastic surgery, and if he practiced like crazy he would probably do better than BTS, but he's still nowhere to be found. Now V stands for victory, as he came up on top out of everybody that auditioned against him. He wanted to pursue music, so his family told him to play an instrument, so he played the sax. When he auditioned for Big Hit and made it, they kept him a secret until the debut. Now V has 4 dogs and 1 cat, a teacup Pomeranian, Korean Jindo, and a chinchilla Persian cat. Now those are very expensive cats, so you know he has money. V also goes down as one of the most loved and popular members of BTS. Kim Taehyung, whose stage name is V, has an estimated net worth of $20 million. Now in one of the videos of BTS, the member was seen in a Genesis GV80 SUV, and V got so impressed with the car that after filming, he bought one for himself. The car is priced around 66 million won, depending on the model. The third member, SUGA, he's a lead vocalist and originally was named Gloss before auditioning for BTS. Now the rapper and producer auditioned for the rap competition and placed second. He was told to focus on rapping and that dancing wasn't going to be important, but it was a lie. His name is SUGA, which means shooter, because he was a frequent basketball player. SUGA bought a $3.4 million house, and he also has a toy poodle. SUGA, the second richest member of the all-boy band group, has an estimated net worth of around $25 million. The singer's also produced and written over 70 songs. Even before his debut, from an early age of 13, he was writing lyrics and producing music. From age 17, he was working in a music studio, producing and featuring in mega hit songs with big artists such as IU's 8 and Lee So-ro's Song Request. BTS rap trio of SUGA, J-Hope, and RM have composed some of the boy band's mega hits such as Boy With Love, and the trio became the first lyricists and composers to have a Korean hit on the Billboard Top 100s with Life Goes On. The BTS member is said to own a Hyundai, which is priced at around $47,000. J-Hope, our fourth member, he's a rapper and a dancer. Mainly a dancer who is popular for winning national dance competitions. Now J-Hope's net worth is roughly around $26 million. Jungkook, aka J-Hope, is a BTS member with a solo mixtape that he released in 2018. The rapper and dancer owns a Porsche Carrera 911 with a price tag of $84,000. Our fourth member is Jin. He's a fan favorite and the oldest of the group. He was noticed by one of the biggest talent agencies, SM, in Korea, but he never took on the opportunity. He also almost never gets acne. He never wears makeup and is often complimented. It's hard for him to find a bad angle, to be honest. He loves to cook and he loves to eat. He was approached by SM and got offered a job but didn't accept it because he thought it was a scam. When he was in college a few years later, Big Hit approached him. He was in school as an actor, but he was convinced to do music and he even had no experience at all. Jin's net worth is approximately $20 million. He eventually purchased a $1.7 million condo and a sugar glider named Soup, ranging at about $15,000 to $5,000. He comes from a very wealthy and influential family, and he's also a huge fan of sports cars and has a massive collection. In 2017, Jin was seen driving a Porsche Panamera GTS. Now, that's somewhere between $100,000. Then in 2019, Jin bought another luxurious car. It was a blue Lamborghini Aventador. Our fifth member, Jimin. He aspired to be a police officer, but he was convinced to audition for Big Hit Entertainment. The talented dancer was the top student in the whole dance department. He was 16 when he passed the audition, and he was the final member of the group. If the media reports are true, Jimin's net worth is said to be somewhere between $20 million. Besides his position as the vocalist and dancer, Jimin also made headlines for buying a house in the 9-1 Hanma. This is like the Beverly Hills area of Korea, and he paid for his place in cash. Now Jimin also made a smart investment. He bought an old property in the Banpo-jeong district, and it was worth $3.9 million. It's undergoing renovation right now, and that's about $881,000, but the price for his place is about to skyrocket once it's done. Now, Jimin has stated that he's not really into cars, but it's also reported that he has a Porsche Panamera GTS. So our next member, Jungkook, he wanted to be a badminton player, and he was only interested in music because he thought G-Dragon was a really good rapper. And he was only 14 at the time when he went to LA to study dance. When he was asked to sing in front of people, he would cry because he was so shy. So one day he auditioned for an Idol Search TV show called Superstar K. You know, he didn't do too well and he was released after the first round. But that did catch the eye of many different labels, such as JYP, FNC, Cube, and Big Hit. He ended up going with Big Hit because he seen who RM was and he just thought he was cool. He was only 13 years old when he lived with the rest of the group members in their tiny dorm. But look where he's at today. Jungkook paid $1.7 million cash for a condo, and he also has a $7 million home. His net worth is about $20 million. He has a Mercedes-Benz GT63S, and you know, there was one point when Jungkook was so shy, he was almost kicked out of the group because of that. To see their full personalities, I recommend you checking out their series called American Hustle Life. It's the show where it shows them going to Los Angeles and meeting with some OG rappers and completing various tasks as they prepare for their career in the music industry. Now, these guys made a real big impact on their country. Their country is now getting $3.6 billion a year just for people visiting, and they've had about 800,000 visitors in Korea just because they're interested in BTS. They're expected to bring in $37 billion in economic value in the next 7 years. Outside of music, they've partnered with UNICEF to establish a Love Myself anti-violence campaign and addressed 3 sessions of the United Nations General Assembly and became the youngest ever recipients of the Order of Cultural Merit from the President of South Korea due to the contributions in spreading Korean culture and language. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. Ironically, their fan base is called ARMY because they're the bulletproof boys. In Korea, it's a law that all men must serve the military by the age of 28. Now, 7 of the members of the BTS band have permitted to defer it, owing to a new amendment that states artists can postpone the mandatory service until they're at least 30 years old. And you know, Jin will be turning 30 on December 9th this year, hence he'll be required to enlist in the military before the end of the year. Now, there's almost no escaping this. Even the popular Korean rapper G-Dragon that I mentioned before, he had to pause his career just to serve in the Korean army. Now, do you think that BTS should still go even after all the work they've done for the people and their countries? Just let me know what you think in the comments below. Tell me who's your favorite BTS member September, and let me know your favorite songs, because I need to listen to them. I don't really know much besides Dynamite. Anyways, my name's Aaron. Thanks for checking out The Rich Life, and I'll see you soon.